Hello there, everyone. TheAndrata here, and welcome back to episode 26 of our FTB Skies Let's Play series, where today you are not going to believe what we start getting into. Let's get started. Welcome back, my friends, to another wonderful day here in the world of TheAndrata. Where today, well, if you can hear in my voice, again, TheAndrata's sick. Beauty of having an autoimmune disorder. You get sick often, especially if you're a teacher. So I think I was sick 2 weeks ago. What was it? Now I'm sick again, congested, cough, fever, all that good stuff. And it happens on about monthly cycles for me. So yay me. Looking for potential new jobs in the future. So I love teaching. I love being around the kids. I love being able to interact and make connections and bridge the future and all that good stuff. Whatever they say to make teachers feel happy about getting paid terrible wages. But at the same time, I'm very tired of being sick all the time. So, yeah. Anyway, today's episode, pack update. A pack update was released. I believe it's 1.5.1 from 1.4 something. And there's been a few changes, as you can see. First things first, the experience obelisk had a texture update. Ooh, looks fancy now with all these movements. Ooh. The one probe had an update, which I don't necessarily care for the colors. Did we switch from one probe? Are we on like some other mod now that's giving me my my information up here? I don't know, but it's got this blue behind it. I guess it's fine. Doesn't really make a difference. I just generally don't have a background on at all. But top is not working. The one probe is not working. So it must be like Wayla or something like that. And I have no idea how to configure Wayla. Yeah. So is what it is. So we got that going. As you can see back here, our storage has disappeared. I have finally migrated into our storage room, and we will talk about that. Also, tooltips updated. So now we get these tooltips that have like these effects on them around the borders and everything like that. Ooh, I don't know what it means, but it's there. JEI updated, and I had to go back and edit the config because I had JEI spread all across the screen like it was coming out to here. There was 32 rows enabled, and that drives me crazy. Plus the search bar was centered, and I don't like the centered search bar. I want JEI over here. I don't necessarily care for the fact that my bookmarks have moved over to here instead of being stacked. I don't know what config changed that. That's what happens when you update packs, is you end up, getting things. And the pack update's been out for about 3 weeks now. I've been hesitant on it and everything because I hate when things change, and guess what? Things changed. Anyway, if we pop into our storage room on over here, and while it loads, I gotta remember, I always forget to set my timer. And again, that's how we end up with buku long episodes that we don't. Yeah, anyway, so we come into here in the storage room, and we've got the stuff set up over here. Storage controller set up with all of our stuff. Everything is linked together, kind of made it more compact so we didn't have to have any corners and anything, since we can build up high. Not that we couldn't have built up high in the overworld, but it looks weird going up that high when nothing else is. But at least here in a compact machine, everything's fine. So everything is set back up the way that it was. The only problem that I had moving everything into here was our snowballs. When I put the ice actually did melt. It was not melting in the overworld for some reason, but inside of a compact machine, I guess it's warm enough for the ice to melt, so the ice melted. But I think that we're going to be okay with 32,000 snowballs. I don't think that snowballs... we have the issue with refined storage. I don't think that snowballs are going to be something... Excuse me, sir. Get me back up top. Up top, please. Snowballs are something that we're going to need a ton of. Refined storage, again, like I said before, every once in a while acts funky. I put this button on here so that way it can reboot, and then I get access to it again. It was mentioned that it's probably because I put it in a compact machine, but this has been happening since 1.16 came out with refined storage. It is a known bug that refined storage, depending on how the world loads, if it loads before like external storages or the wireless transmitters and stuff, it just freaks out. It doesn't have anything to do with it being in a compact dimension, because it happens in the overworld too. It probably does happen more often being in a compact machine, but it's not necessarily because it's in a compact machine that the issue is happening. Now, what is happening here? Why are we What are we using netherrack for? What are you being used for? Do we have an auto craft of crafting something for netherrack? Because I just noticed that that's low. Well, it's not low, but it's lower. Oh, is it being crushed? Sieved? No, it would be the crushed netherrack that's being sieved, correct? Yeah. I mean, we have a steady loss of netherrack going on there. You are the netherrack? Yeah, I mean, it's just that pedestal just generating the netherrack. Okay. I mean, we're at 7,000. It's not that big of a deal. We have 60,000 crushed netherrack. To be honest, we can probably turn that off. But anyway, yeah, we got everything set up here. I even added a few more things like our wither skeleton skulls that we started with last episode, and these earth shards or the elemental shards over here. And we have some space. And then on the back side, I set up a separate external storage over here just for our fluids. So we are a storage controller with external storage set up for our fluids. So we have those two separated. And bada bing, bada boom, we're good. Moved our trash can up to here, and I made that advanced exporter a long while ago. So I went ahead and just set that up on the trash can. So if we ever need to void anything that we're getting a bunch of that we don't need, we can. And then we have our fluid encapsulator just chilling. Nothing fancy going on with him there. So yeah, that's basically all that's happened in between episodes and everything. Nothing too crazy. Pack update was the major thing. Outside of that, what would I want to start working on this episode? Well, if we come into our quests, I kind of was looking towards, I mean, we're not getting like super close to the end of the pack, but looking at like all of the stuff that's end game, there's not a lot of stuff TBH from like magic overall. I mean, there is some Botania runes, but it's really not that many. Gaia steel, I guess, and Aphra essence from occultism. Yeah, I mean, I guess there is quite a few things from magic. Okay, so we need to definitely dive into some magic mods for sure. But in order to do all of this stuff, in order to turn these things in for the quests, at least for these things here, we need to go into the progression tab, and we need to follow this down just a little bit to get where we need to go. Mainly, we need to get these task screens set up so we can turn things in. So let's go ahead and do that because it seems to be pretty easy. And with that, certain tasks need you to submit something, items that's easy, inventory, GUI, pipe what's needed in the task screen to progress the task. Okay, so energy. My concern, I don't want to have like, I don't want all of our energy to end up getting dumped into this. I don't know exactly how this works. Task. Oh, okay. So I can say 100 buckets of forge energy. Okay. Input only. Whoa, what is this? FE. Input only. Indestructible. Draw text shadows. I just wanted to get 100 buckets of energy. 100 buckets of energy is 1.2 billion energy. Are you kidding? And it's literally taking all of the power that we have. Okay. Oh, okay. Should I have started here? What quest do I need to start at? I mean, right now I'm literally dumping all my power into there. It should have been generate forge energy is the first. Nope. Oh, because that's 100 billion or 100. I don't know. That's the quest I want it to be on. There we go. Okay. Now I get power back into the base. Yes. Thank you. Goodness gracious. That was dangerous. But with that, we finished a bunch of those quests. We moved on in our progression path. We ended up getting a battery. Cool. And some flux ducts from thermal. Now, if we put 100,000 FE and then 100 buckets of progressive bees honey, we get some levels, but we also unlock the ability to do these other quests. So let's set this to that 100K. 100K FE. Okay, and that finished off pretty quick. Now we've unlocked this. Okay, so we need to get into bees, I guess. Our next step is to get into bees for our progression. 100 buckets of progressive bees honey. So do we want to get into bees? Maybe, potentially. I'm just getting started. Um, how are we doing if I come back down here now on our power? Because I literally just drained all of our power. Okay, so we're back to being okay. You are generating some X thousands. You're backstuffed on ethylene. You're probably backstuffed on biofuel. You are backstuffed on your hydrogen. Oxygen is being voided. Honestly, we could set up another gas burning generator. We would have to space this out and get some gas pipes, but we could do that and have another gas burning generator running off of this. We probably could afford, based on I sped all these machines up so that way they are like maxed out, so they are generating things super duper fast. But do we actually need it? Like, I mean, sure, we're generating 12,000 RF, but how much are we actually utilizing? If we pop into here, we should be able to see. I mean, we're outputting 12,000. We're using all of the power that's being generated. Where all of that power is being used is a question. See, and that's why I flux point. FTB teams dimension. I try and name my flux points so I know what they are, and then I have one that's unnamed and I don't know what that is. That's our simulations. That's industrial foregoing, auto smelter, mob farm. Could you potentially be over here? No, but this is set up with cyclic, isn't it? Yeah, this like is cyclic with its own battery buffer. Where could that flux point be? It says it's in the overworld, and it's not these machines because they're hooked up with cyclic as well. Is it you? Ah, okay. This is, excuse me. This is our miscellaneous machines. Okay, there we go. Now we know, at least. We have this set up to miscellaneous machines. Now, this should not be pulling any more power because it's met its goal, so it should be okay. What's using the machine is the blast chiller. Ah, and the netherrack is pulling a bunch. Obsidian. We have 32,000 obsidian. Don't I have this set to turn off? No. I could easily set it to turn off, though. Let's go ahead and get a detector. That's where all the netherrack is going. Thank you. Detector. You are going to detect obsidian. And if we have more than 2048, 2048. I don't think we need more than that. When more than 2048, and I like it to operate on a redstone signal. You need a redstone signal to operate. Yes. That way, if this breaks, if the detector breaks, it'll still, whatever, for whatever reason, it won't turn the machine on. Okay, so now we won't get netherrack being pumped into there. So now our netherrack should be able to build up. Not that, again, that I needed a lot, but that solved that problem. That figured out where all of that was going. And then you were controlling this for the sand. Yeah, okay, cool. So with that being done, let's see. Well, bees was the next thing that we needed to get set up on the progression path there. Is there a quest book for bees? Not the bees. Okay. There is, though I'd probably want to, Advanced beehives can house 3 bees and has a GUI that you can open. Here you can extract honey in a honeycomb without disturbing the bees. Placing an expansion box adjacent will allow 2 more bees, as it will allow for upgrades. Now, I've played with resourceful bees, as y'all know. Is this similar to resourceful bees, or is it like the centrifuge looks completely different? Put your honeycombs into here, but I have like a bunch of bees too. Powered centrifuge, processor combs, baby incubator, rapidly aged baby bees. Gene samples, either by centrifuging squashed bee material or by using the Pokey Pokey gene sampler upgrade. So this is where you can upgrade your bees, it seems. Big book of bees, transfer attributes from one bee to another, collect the genes that control them. Okay, then we get all of these different We can use a honey generator and create power. Man, we get a lot of bee eggs for all of this too. I'm just like, where do we start? Vanilla beehives are the best home, however, and the bees can easily disturb. Attempting to collect honey will anger them. Best upgrade. Okay, let's see. What is an advanced beehive then going to take? Do I have a beehive? Okay, I do. An advanced beehive is just going to require some honeycombs, which I have, apparently, and force shears. Sure. Advanced oak beehive. Okay. I know I have a bunch of bees down low, right? Let's get a mob duplicator or 3. I'm sorry, a mob imprisonment tool. And there's a bunch of bees down low. We can just go grab some bees really quick, or 2, I guess. And then we have those bee spawn eggs. We can see exactly what that entails. Look at all these bees that are flying around in here. Thank you. And thank you. And home. Okay. So we got 2 bees. With that, we can move through here. We got an oak expansion box and a bee spawn egg. Now, here's the question. With resourceful bees, I had to build a box for the bees to stay in with some flowers around it and all of that good stuff. Does that hold true with these productive bees, or are they going to just chill in their beehive? That's the question that I don't have an answer to at the moment. So let's go ahead and, well, I mean, let's find out. I imagine, because you can only have so many bees in each beehive, I imagine you'd want to have bee houses like we did in when we use resourceful bees. So I'm going to just go ahead on a limb and oh, apparently we don't have spruce. I wanted a different type of wood than oak, but that's okay. We're going to set up similar to how we did in resourceful bees. Now, resourceful bees, I think it was like a 5x5 internal, so 7x7. So 1, 2, 3. How many is that? I lost count already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So let's trim off 1 on each end. Bam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Honestly, I think this is bigger than resourceful bees had. I think resourceful bees was a 3x3 on the inside. Yeah. Yeah. Let's do that part first, maybe. It'll make it a little easier. There we go. And then we're going to have to get some sort of like, ethereal glass so that the we can fly in and out, but the bees can't, so that way they don't escape. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Sure, that looks fine to me. And then a roof, I guess. Something along this line. Ethereal glass, please. I taught the system how to make that, right? Thank you. Let's get a stair. Sure, we happen to have some witch hazel stairs. That'll be fine. Beautiful. That way we can get in and out, of course. Not that we can't fly or anything like that, but we can come in and out. And then we'll get some pasture seeds set up and get some grass going on inside of there. And I think we have a nice little bee hut. Let some light in there, they got to be able to see. Okay, so pasture seeds, get some grass. And again, this is all based on past knowledge of how other, okay, I don't have time to wait for you. Other mods have worked. So we'll see exactly how this is going to work. Let's turn the engine off so that way we come in. Okay. So in the past, we've wanted to set up our beehive like in here. So our bees have access to going out that faces the opening should be that little mouth there. But then they can't come out of the backside, hopefully. If not, I'll have to place it one more in. But we do get a GUI here. So that's kind of nice. And it says that we can set up an expansion box and get more bees inside of here. Is that how I read that correctly? Can house 3 bees and has a GUI that you can open. Here you can extract honey and honeycomb without disturbing the bees. Placing an expansion box adjacent will house 2 more bees, as allow for upgrades. Okay, so if that's the case, if I wanted, let's get some flowers or something. Now, I guess if I look at bees, because I know resourceful bees, the bees had a special flower they wanted to use, and yes, that is the case. No. Yes? Bee flowering. It does seem like, but is that a conversion or is that what the bee wants? Let's go with egg. Let's put that in there. And let's not forget that I have a bunch of eggs over here. Now that we ever find storage, actually, we can go ahead and shove all that into the system. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's see. Bees produce honeycomb, which can be used in several recipes. Let's look at bees. You may occasionally run into a loot bee. They may fly off, give it a poppy. Once they shed their beautiful delights, you can keep them around from breeding bees and making honey. Give them a beehive, angers the bees. Advanced doesn't anger them. Honey can be converted into sugar or be used in many food recipes. You can attract bees with honey treats. Honey can be automatically harvested. Bees are going to produce honeycombs, which you can then use to make different nests. In order to attract bees of different varieties, you need nests. Use honey treats, and you'll be able to get the different types of bees. Okay. An end stone nest, you can attract otherworldly bees to produce rare resources like ender pearls. We got that already. A zombie. They can't be bred. To attract them, place some advanced beehives in complete darkness. I think I have. Maybe I have a zombie bee spawn egg or something like that. Anyway, okay. Like, for example, if we go into here and we look at our eggs and we say, okay, the one bee I would want, like right now, is a blazing bee, right? Because I need blaze. A blazing bee. You want magma blocks? Am I getting that right? That needs a magma block in order for it to flower and do its thing. Let's go ahead and get a magma block placed down. We can go ahead and place it smack dabby in the middle. And now, does that want it to be? I will figure it out. And let's get a blazing bee spawn egg and do that. Hello, friend. Now you've got your magma block. He's doing his spinny thingy, which means he's happy. He's flowering. I'm assuming he looks happy to me. Still looks happy. It's taking a while, but he seems to be happy. And then from there, he's gonna go into. Oh, I saw stuff fly out. Okay. Are you gonna go into the hive? Do I need to put you in the hive? Do I need to put bottles in the hive? I don't know. Go in the hive. Do I need to do anything special is the question. There was the Big Book of Bees. It could probably be a good idea to pull out the Big Book of Bees. Okay, this is not working correctly. And we're not getting anything. Okay. Bee book. Big Book of Bees, Book of Binding. Okay, Big Book of Bees. We need a bee cage, which is not something that I can craft. What about a regular bee cage? Still not something I can craft. Okay. Well, are you going to go in? Ow. That wasn't you. That was the magma. You're going to go inside of there, my buddy. Maybe, maybe not. Let's get some regular flowers in here. And maybe we can get some like regular bees. I guess I only have cornflower. And then those regular bees that we ended up getting. Maybe those guys will want to go in the. Oh, they went in. So why doesn't he want to go in? Oh, now he went in. Weird. It's like he couldn't tell what was going on. All right, health was 7, type is high, productivity medium, weather tolerance none. He is diurnal, so he'll operate both times a day. Endurance normal, tempo normal. Breeding items, any flower. Ah, okay. So I don't need to have this magma. He'll breed on any flower, it says. Is that what I'm getting out of that? Breeding items, any flower. Do I need to put bottles in here to get stuff out of it? Do I need to tick accelerate it for things to happen? I don't know. Anyway, okay. We've got bees. Yay. And if we look at the quest line for bees, honestly, the blazing bee would be the best to get the blazing rods. But other bees, I'm getting almost everything. Except for the fluix bee, I guess, to make fluix crystals. Right? That would be the two that I would probably want the most of. Outside of that, though, like I have infinite of all of these other resources. Quarry bees. 2 more bees and upgrades. Yeah. And from what I understand, I don't need this because it said that it can be any flower. These guys aren't doing anything, though. But maybe it's because it's nighttime. Maybe they need it to be daytime for things to happen. I don't know. We're going to let things chill for a minute and see what happens inside of the beehive. So yeah, basically, I'm going to do a little bit of research in between episodes here and see exactly how these bees work. And we'll just let these guys do their thing for a little bit and see if anything comes up from it. Anyway, if you enjoyed today's episode, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate it. It really does help out the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.